Welcome. Today, we review the essential components of functional behavior assessments, or FBAs, and behavior intervention plans, or BIPs. These tools are the cornerstone of Tier 3 behavior support. Our goal is to ensure we follow a systematic, data-driven process to effectively support our students.
An FBA is a systematic process to collect data about a problem behavior and determine its function or why it is occurring. Data is collected using direct observations and indirect measures like interviews. The BIP is a formal written document developed after the FBA. It outlines interventions to reduce, replace, and reinforce behaviors, providing staff with up-to-date support strategies.
The FBA and BIP process is reserved for students needing Tier 3 intensive support, typically when chronic behavior hasn't improved with Tier 1 and Tier 2 interventions. The FBA focuses on gathering information to hypothesize why is it happening. The BIP then determines what do we do about it, based on that hypothesis. Completing the FBA requires both direct and indirect methods. Direct methods involve observing the behavior in the natural environment, using tools like ABC recording and scatter plots. Indirect methods gather information from stakeholders via structured interviews, rating scales, checklists, and record reviews.
A compliant FBA must produce 4 results: baseline data, specific data from direct observation including an operational definition, the possible function of the behavior, and a hypothesis statement summarizing the relationship between the antecedents, behavior, consequences, and function.
An effective FBA includes additional considerations beyond ABC data. We identify student strengths to bridge skill gaps and assess social connections. We look at basic needs and communication skills and identify precursor behaviors that indicate escalation. Finally, we must identify reinforcer preferences to ensure interventions are motivating. Once the FBA is complete, the data informs the Behavior Intervention Plan, or BIP. The BIP addresses behaviors that interfere with learning. Critically, the BIP must be based on the FBA results, meaning strategies must directly address the specific function of the behavior identified in the assessment. State rules outline 10 specific BIP requirements. These include documenting student strengths, the operational definition of the problem behavior, and a replacement behavior that matches the function. We detail antecedent and reinforcing consequence strategies, intervention data, a plan review date, start date, and reductive consequences, along with safety protocols if applicable. A quality BIP is developed and revised as a team, including parents and implementers, and is treated as a working document. It must consider the individual student holistically, reflecting their strengths, health concerns, cultural influences, and alignment with any existing IEP or 504 plan. Another indicator of quality is developing an individualized, function-based plan. Strategies must directly address the why identified in the FBA. We must also consider feasibility and contextual fit, ensuring the team has the resources to operate the plan with fidelity and that it fits the classroom environment.
Writing the plan is only the first step. We must monitor implementation fidelity to ensure adults consistently follow the plan as written. Continuous progress monitoring compares new data against baseline. If data shows the plan is not working, the team must meet to adapt and revise the plan.
The BIP team must meet regularly to monitor progress. This involves reviewing fidelity data to check implementation and outcome data to see if the behavior is improving, as shown in the progress graph. The team uses this data to drive decisions on whether to continue, modify, or fade interventions. To summarize, the FBA helps us understand the why behind a behavior, and the BIP uses that understanding to teach a replacement skill and adjust the environment. This systematic process, developed by a collaborative, multidisciplinary team, ensures our interventions are ethical, compliant, and effective.